AITA for accepting meals from my ex-wife when it makes my fiancé uncomfortable. My ex-wife is half Jordanian and half British. Both my fiancé and I are British. My ex and I share 3 children. There's a dish that my ex makes which is a family recipe from the Jordanian side of her family, and it is delicious. She doesn't share the recipe with anyone. I love it. It's probably my favorite dish. Whenever my ex would make it, she would make a big batch and freeze some individually for me to take to work when we were together. Since we split, she would still freeze individual portions and would occasionally offer them to me as she knew I liked the dish. My fiancé doesn't cook. I am the cook in our house. She has no idea of what food we keep in the cupboards or the fridge or freezer. If it was up to her, we would eat out regularly. She has mentioned on occasion that she doesn't like it when I accept food from my ex and that it makes her feel uncomfortable. I told her that I would stop accepting the food from my ex. When my ex dropped the children off at the weekend, she came to me with a bag of food. Her freezer had broken and these meals were still frozen solid, and she wanted to know if I wanted any of the meals, anything that I wasn't going to take. She was going to drop off at her mom's for her. I did take some of the meals, especially of that dish that I love. When my fiancé found out I had taken food from my ex, she went mad, telling me that I didn't love, that I loved my ex, that I was yet again picking my ex over her about a year ago. I dropped dinner plans with her to go to the hospital to collect the children after they had been in a car crash with my ex. My ex was having to stay in overnight and had asked me to go if I could take the children. My fiancé was upset that I hadn't taken her feelings into consideration and feels like I am doing it again. My fiancé is currently not talking to me and is staying at her sister's. The last message I got from her is that she is reconsidering our relationship because she's fed up of me not putting her first. I think I'm done. Of course my children will always come first. AITA for accepting food from my ex. NTA. Your fiancé is insecure to the point that she wants you to be a bad father to make her feel better. If the food is what makes you see this reality, so be it. You should have dumped her when she suggested that you not go get your children from the hospital after they were in an accident. The last message I got from her is that she is reconsidering our relationship because she's fed up of me not putting her first. I think I'm done. Of course my children will always come first. I mean, that says it all. You have kids. They have to come first. It's obviously not about the food, but about you having children and an ex you are in contact with because of your children. If it was some sort of elaborate seduction scheme by your ex, your GF would be okay to tell you to knock it off, but it seems like your ex just batch cooks and gives you extra if she has some. NTA. Okay, what? Your fiancé got mad because you dropped dinner plans to get your children after a car accident? I would run for the hills. NTA. You sound like you and ex-county parent perfectly, which requires some form of friendship. Your current partner sounds too insecure and not mature enough to have a relationship with you. You have kids. Ex will always be in the picture. This isn't about food. This is about your friendship and etc. with the ex. Edit misspelling etc. NTA. You didn't dump her after she got upset that you picked your kids up from the hospital after they'd been in a car accident? The food thing is ridiculous. Especially as she doesn't even cook, so can't claim cooking is her love language or whatever stupid excuse she has. But this specific situation was the most benign anyway, and she chose to blow it up. Marry this girl and watch the list of inane things she chooses to become irate over grow. NTA. WTF? Did she expect you to leave your kids at hospital after a car crash? She got mad at you canceling dinner because your children had been in a car crash. I think you need to be seriously reconsidering your relationship right now. How can there possibly be a future with someone who doesn't understand your children or and always will be the priority? You are NTA here. OMG. Her complaining about the food seems petty and reeks of jealousy. But you picking your children over her being an issue is a big giant red flag. They are your children. They should come first. You need to reconsider your relationship with her. Side note, the fact your ex does these things for you signals you have a good co-parenting relationship with her, which is in the best interest of your children. Don't risk this for anyone. Your children should always come first. AITA for accepting food from my ex? Nope. But you have been an ah to yourself multiple times. Like when your fiancé went off on you for collecting your kids from the hospital and you allowed that. And when you knuckled under and promised your fiancé, I would stop accepting the food from my ex. Oh. And also the time when you actually asked this person to become your fiancé. Dude. She resents your kids. She will never, ever co-parent successfully with your ex. She doesn't want to cook, will blow money on restaurants, but resents your ex's excellent cooking. What a lovely wife and mother she would make. Whatever this mystery dish is. It's a massive trade UP from your fiancé. Tell her that it's sadly clear that your lives will never mesh. And dump her immediately. Unless it's halva less than shudder, in which case, bite your tongue and give the fiancé another chance. NTA. Your fiancé's insecurities are hers to manage and no one else's. Telling you that you don't love her because you accepted frozen meals from the mother of your children and forbidding you to do so is so childish. Your fiancé fails to comprehend that your ex, whom you share children with, will always be in your life in some capacity. Again, you share children who are going to want both parents at big life events. Your ex isn't going to just magically go away. And your fiancé needs to learn to accept this or walk away. My fiancé was upset that I hadn't taken her feelings into consideration. Your fiancé doesn't seem to have the emotional maturity to handle a relationship with someone with kids. If she's already stomping her feet and whining because you prioritized your children who were in a car accident, she has no business being a step-parent. You're not the ah for having a cordial relationship with your ex. To be completely honest though, you and your fiancé don't seem all that compatible. ETA. If she's reconsidering the relationship because she expects to be put on a pedestal above your children, let her reconsider her way on out the door. NTA. Don't marry this woman. She sounds completely unhinged. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being friendly, cordial towards your ex. You guys share kids together. If anything, you're setting a good example of still treating their mother with respect even though your relationship didn't work out. NTA. I wouldn't marry this woman. Clearly doesn't care about your kids if she wanted you to leave them at the hospital. Not even concerned if they are okay. Plus it's free food. Why does it matter who it is coming from? NTA seems like she's not fond of your kids either. NTA. If I were the fiancé, I'd want in on some of those good leftovers. I love eating food I didn't have to slave in the kitchen for. NTA. Please don't marry this person. NTA. You are correct. Your kids will always come first. Your fiancé should understand and respect that. Since she does not, it may be time to move on, as this jealousy will only get worse over time. NTA. This truly isn't about food. Your fiancé is exhibiting unhealthy, controlling behavior. Your fiancé thinks you dropped dinner plans for your ex? Does she realize when you canceled plans it was to pick up your kids from the hospital in an emergency? Not choosing your ex over her. It's weird for her to come to that conclusion. Yikes. If you stay, get counseling, but this doesn't sound good for you or your kids. NTA, she is insecure about y'all's relationship and you shouldn't have to walk on eggshells to make her feel better. The title is misleading. This isn't about the food at all, I think. The passage in your post about the motor vehicle collision, the hospital, the kids suggests to this internet stranger your fiancé feels you are too connected emotionally and practically with your ex. The food issue perhaps is the epitome of your fiancé's concerns. The fiancé sounds insecure, I think, but maybe you've written the post in a way that favors you. Perhaps you've left out descriptions of any sweetness that still exists? Fair enough. That would make consideration of your question more difficult. Given you have 3 kids with your ex, you'll be connected until death. So, your soon-to-be's should have figured that out sooner. And either walked or made peace with it. NTA. Okay, this was a bit of a plot twist. About a year ago, I dropped dinner plans with her to go to the hospital to collect the children after they had been in a car crash with my ex. My ex was having to stay in overnight and had asked me to go if I could take the children. My fiancé was upset that I hadn't taken her feelings into consideration. Her feelings about what? Needing to take care of your children after they were in a car accident. Dude, as a woman with kids, if this isn't the biggest red flag ever, I don't know what is. NTA. AITA, if you are questioning your relationship with her, there is one simple question that will tell you everything you need to know. Not really by her words, but her initial reaction. Ask her how she would feel if your kids ended up living with you 100% of the time, no matter the circumstances. That will tell you all you need to know.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.